Okay, so we're recording now. Welcome to this second call for the Big Five, guys. Thank you so much for turning up. There's a lot of you on the call, which is brilliant. And we have some chats here. So
nice, Mark.
So we've got Ken from Texas. We've got Stephen from Johannesburg, 7 p.m. We've got Larry. How you doing, bub? We've got Ken. Sounds good. We've got Mary Ellen from Boston, Massachusetts. And we have, I need to hover over that name. It's a bit too short for me to see it. Zoo, right, I can see it now. Yeah. Come off it. Yeah. Sue from Victoria, which is 9 o'clock in the morning.
Is that Victoria as in South Africa?
I don't know. BC. We've got Barb. How you doing, Barb? She's from Cornelius, NC, and it's 12 noon. And excuse me, Mark from Glasgow, Pete from Blackpool. We've got Terry from Cleethorpes, Gabrielle. We've got Dirk from South Africa, Tony from Western Australia, 1:10 a.m. Wow, Tony. Appreciate you being on. Hope we give you good value. Jill just got connected from San Antonio. Really windy today, 41 degrees. I'm not really sure what 41 degrees is in our money, but it sounds cold.
It's cold, actually, for us.
It does sound it. Kathy from Ohio. We've got DJ from California, 9 a.m. Nice. Barbara from Gothenburg. Gabrielle is from Bradford, 5:11. Yep, you're in the UK. Manoj from Barnet. How you doing, Manoj? 4 degrees centigrade where Larry is. They're not too bad, Larry. You know, it's about 11 here today, so it's quite warm. Pearl from New Zealand. Paul from Chelmsford, just around the corner. Dave from Vancouver, 9 a.m. California for Dino, 9:10. Dean from Croydon. Zoo is from Canada. Pearl, 6 a.m. And Jim, hi Mark, T-Man, Jim from Long Island, New York. Psyched to be here, guys.
Good to have you here, mate.
Sorry, 1 second, guys. Oh, God, it's going to be one of those. Sonia from Georgia. Leslie from Betsy Coed. I hope I said that right. I think I did. Richard from London. And Jill from Christchurch, originally now in Texas. Wow. And Nick from South Africa. So, guys, thanks very much. Now, this is going to be a Q&A session, pretty much like the last one. And then at the end of it, we're going to go through the big site offer one more time, just to get the information to you that a lot of you have been asking about that. Great opportunity, I've got to say. And I've put a few slides together, and I've got a few examples of what you can achieve and also what you're going to get, etc. So we'll be going through that at the end. So if we can just kick off with some Q&As. Q&As in the questions and answers box, please. You should see a link down the bottom that says Q&A and feedback in the chat box. So if you ask a question, we're going to be watching the chat box for your answers. When you ask a question, Mark's going to say, do you mean so-and-so, so-and-so? And you're going to go in the chat box, yes or no, or whatever the answer is, and then he can see, so he can guide you live. All right. If you want to come on camera, you are welcome to do that. If you fancy a little bit of limelight, you know, getting your face and your voice out there, you're welcome to do that. Just let us know. Otherwise, questions in the Q&A box, feedback in the chat box, please. And Deirdre is on from Alabama. How you doing, Deirdre? Good to see you.
Hey, Deirdre.
Okay, so let's get over to the Q&A and see what we've got.
We have DJ there.
Yeah. Do you want to read that one, Mark?
Right. Okay. I'll read out the question quickly. So I don't know if this has been answered yet in the training. It has. But I'll ask you anyway. Should I create a new Facebook profile separate from the one I already have, which consists of a mixture of friends, family, business associates, and other like-minded individuals, or should I start a fresh new Facebook profile? Now, in the training, I kind of leave this up to you. I use my own personal Facebook account because when I first started, I didn't expect it to expand so much. I didn't expect to get so many connections. So I did figure out a way earlier on that you can build lists within Facebook. So, and I show you this in the training. So you're able to say you send me a friend request and I accept it. You can create a list. I have two lists: internet marketers and close family and friends. Now, because I've met some of the internet marketers, I've put them onto the close family and friends and internet marketers. But what that means is if I post a picture of me and my daughter, let's say, I can I can set it so that only the people that are on the list of close friends and family see it, or vice versa. If I post something, like a screenshot of something to do with online marketing, then I can choose when I'm posting to for only the internet marketers to see it. So you can do it that way, or you can start a complete, fresh Facebook profile. So in the training, I don't say do one or the other. I just say, those are your choices. And as I said, that's what I did. I didn't. By the time I had got so many like-minded people, as you say, I thought it was too late to build a new, Facebook profile. And so that's how I figured it out, is to create these lists within Facebook. And in the Facebook video, I explain in, pretty detailed, in a lot of detail, how to do it and the pros and cons about it. So that is answered, DJ, in the training. Yes.
Okay, thanks very much, Mark. Yeah, I'd just like to say that I often teach my students to, I always say it's your own choice, same as Mark, because there's one thing to point out here, and that is that you shouldn't really have more than one profile, excuse me, on Facebook. It's against Facebook.
By their TOS, terms of service, yeah?
Against Facebook terms. So that being the case, you do leave yourself open to potentially having your account shut down. Now, I do have two, and I didn't know at the time that I couldn't, so I went for it. And I actually spend all of my time in my business profile and none of my time in my real one. The people in my real kind of friends and family must think that I'm probably a face against Facebook, and I'm not. They wouldn't realize that I'm kind of a tech geek that I am. I'm actually I'm in Facebook. My phone is logged into my business Facebook. My chat is logged into my business Facebook, and I'm in my business Facebook every single day of the year, even Christmas Day, guys. So that has allowed me to build a friends list that is full of people in my niche. But of course, I do have real friends in there, because now I've got people like Mark who are real friends. And it's a funny thing, because I've made a lot of friends in this business, and close friends, friends that you can confide in, you can trust, that you can do business with. And Mark is absolutely one of those. So it's weird, because it's almost like it's growing. The only difference is it hasn't got my kind of immediate family, but I've probably got more friends now through this business than I have in the real world, But yeah, it's up to you guys to choose whichever you want to do. I found it easier to have a separate profile, but you never know what's going to happen with these big companies. They can suddenly come down and do a big sweep and just clear out everybody that's doing that, and I don't know how likely that is, or if they're really that bothered. But things do change, and they change quite quickly. So that would be up to you to decide. But as Mark says, you can segregate those into lists so that you can choose who sees what, and that's a great way around it. And then you're always in the one place. For me, I can't remember the last time I posted in my real Facebook. They probably think I'm not even alive anymore. So. Okay, so great. Let's move on. That's DJ Dunn, answered live. Lionel, let us know where he is. Okay, so Zoo says, Mark, is it possible Google Search Console has changed layout since you did the videos? I kept toggling between old and new versions, but I could never get the same view that you had in the video. I think it all worked out, though.
Well, yes, Google Search Console are updating to a new platform or a new layout of the platform, and they haven't completed it yet. For example, in the new platform, they don't have fetch as Google, which is one way that you can get your site indexed. So you have to go back to the old one. And when I was doing the recording, I thought, there's no point in me showing you the new one when a lot of the things aren't ready inside the new one. So yeah, so I mean, it doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, they're going to be doing the same things, and the layout should be similar, really. So
yeah, I mean, fetch as Google is. I love using it. Yeah, it's great. I've been using that probably for, I don't know, maybe a couple of years now. So I hope that it still remains available in some way, with their updates. But I guess, excuse me, you never know.
just a quick thing there as well. If you guys have went through the training, you'll notice that I speak about the linked content. And now, not only does this improve your search engine optimization, but it also will get you indexed a lot faster. And that I've tested this, on multiple occasions over the last 4 months, something like that, and it does get you indexed quicker. Now, another thing about fetch, I don't want to talk too much about it, but I didn't really mention this in the training, is don't use fetch too often, but at the same time, say your site gets indexed naturally, without using fetch, and you have built all of these backlinks in. You've built the backlinks from the Web 2.0s, your social media shares, but your site has been indexed before you've actually done all of those things, all of the backlinks, etc. So what I would say is go back after, a couple of days after you've put those social shares backlinks to your website, and then use fetch, because fetch will pick up on the new backlinks and the social signals, and I've seen a massive boost. Because they're indexing you first of all. Maybe you're on page 2, page 3, because they've not picked up on your backlinks, and they will eventually, but it could take a week, it could take 5 days, it could take 2 weeks, depends. So that's how I've been doing it. Is if I get indexed and I see that I'm indexed on page 2, and I've built a lot of backlinks to through my Web 2.0s, through the blog comments, through the social shares, I then go back and use fetch as Google, even though I am already indexed. And that makes Google look at your site again and see the backlinks and see the social shares. But again, don't overuse it, because if you overuse it, it can have a negative effect.
Yep. Just like beer and wine, everything in moderation.
Exactly. Yes.
Excellent. Thanks, Mark. Right. Let's go and see what we got next. So thanks, Zoo, for your question. Okay, Pete Sheldon says, I've had my site online since 2015 with SiteGround. I followed the training in Evergreen Wealth Formula some time ago, so I have 29 posts at the moment. Should I delete the majority of those posts to get better load speed? I've only just started going through the Big 5 training, so I'll try and get my site optimized following your instructions. I've probably got far too many plugins. Yeah, and we all. According to GTmetrix, I have average page speed score 73%, Y slow 71%.
That's the 2 score ratings that they have. And this is the GTmetrix. We talked about this before. I like it because if you look below the 2 scores, it tells you what it is that is slowing down your website. And
I'll tell you what, Mark, would you be able to go to GTmetrix and give us a screen share and an example?
Yeah, just let me quickly open it up, and then I will share my screen.
Good to see you, Pete, by the way. Good to see you still at it.
But, for anybody who is new or, has never went through one of a training like this, we really have covered everything. And Yeah, I think, if you follow this course, you really will have success.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
there,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was just talking to one of the a girl who, okay, now I have it up. I can share my screen. Yeah, I was talking to one of my students who is now ranking really well. And I said to her to come on this webinar to ask a question that she had. Um, I'll post it in the group, but she's now ranking, but she's finding it hard to sell. And those are two different things, ranking and selling. But that's something that we can cover in the group. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen now and go to, there we go, this one. Okay. Right. Can you guys see this now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So, yeah, you can see this is my website here. And I have the PageSpeed score, which is an A. So that's
97%.
Yep.
Limey.
So
I'll tell you what though, guys, that is good, right? I mean, look, let me just say something. This clearly is a good score, right? 97%. And isn't it amazing to see that and to know that Mark really does walk the walk, got to say, hats off. And fully loaded time, 2.3 seconds,
Yeah. That's the fully loaded.
We should put mine on. We should, for a laugh, you should put mine in and see, because mine's going to be awful. So but anyway.
What's yours again? Just out of curiosity.
Floss.net, yeah.
Floss.net.
It's going to be embarrassing, I know, but let's do it.
Well, I did say I'd have a look at your site after.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you can do it before and after then, because the before is going to be God knows what. You need to go to the tab next to it now. You might have that black bar. If that black bar's in the way, you can move it down.
Yeah. How can I
click somewhere on it and just drag it down? We can't see that black bar. So what happens is, guys, when we do the screen share like this, you think like, what's up with Trev? Why is he not going to? And then what's up with Mark? Why is he not going straight to the tab? Because we can't see it because there's this black bar there. So
yeah. That's exactly it. I was actually watching the other webinar, and when I shared my screen, I was thinking, these guys must think I'm stupid. You can't actually see the black bar if you're, when it's being foggy. But I have a big black bar over all of my tabs that are open. So.
Yeah. Now, just to say as well, we did run a test on this when I had some issues with my hosting company. And it was at that point that I went to SiteGround, because my site was so slow in loading. It was crazy. And also it was down for about a week during my launch, the last launch I did before this one. So that was awful. And SiteGround have been absolutely fantastic.
Yes, I mean, SiteGround are the best. Oh goodness, yeah. There's a lot. You're not even running a CDN, a content delivery network.
No, because I've not had a chance to go through the big five yet. I was too busy writing the sales copy and building the members areas.
Yeah, no, I'm not criticizing my friend. I'm just saying there's a lot you could do that's pretty easy. And I believe it was it DJ yesterday said that the average score is 73. So
yeah, someone was saying that. So all right, yeah,
above, you're above average here. You're not exactly doing very well on the YSlow score, but
no.
This is something that can be fixed. It's something that if you have the plugin that I was talking about and use it, it could, would make a world of difference to you.
Yeah.
And the girl that I recommend on Fiverr, okay, she's on Fiverr, but you do get some good people on Fiverr, and she is one of them.
Yeah.
She'd have that up to at least 88 each. No problem.
Yeah. Cool. Oh well, that was interesting to see. So we need to let's look at Pete's question. So He wants to know, he followed the training, the Evergreen Wealth Formula some time ago. It's 29 posts at the moment. Should he delete the majority of those posts to get a better load speed? Only just started going through the big five, so going to try to get it optimized, got too many plugins, and then he came up with his score. So what do you think? Should he delete some of those posts or what?
Sorry, where is, let me see. Okay, let me see the question. Sorry. Okay, so
I mean, see, I have no idea what the Evergreen Wealth Formula is.
I do. Is that by James Scholes? Pete.
Yeah, Pete, if you give me the answer in the chat box, please. I mean, personally, as kind of like the layman and not the expert, my response would to that would be that if you've got posts, you've got content, and if they're unique, then I wouldn't delete them. But I mean, you might say something different, Mark, because you're the expert.
Well, I don't want to go into the Evergreen Wealth Formula too much.
Yes,
but,
Pete says yes.
Yeah. The Evergreen Wealth Formula, I'm not sure if you're using the original version or the 2.0 version. The 2.0 version it's on my website. I promote it. I get 2.0. Okay. And if I'm correct, James teaches you to use other people's content to build your list or build your website with other people's content, thus building your list, thus being able to promote affiliate offers. That's right, yeah. So all of those posts are not going to be original. They're going to be somebody else's posts. So as James says, I actually got an email from James, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, asking me if I could help him with some SEO, because it's in his course, there is nothing about SEO. He doesn't focus on SEO at all. His method is to build a site up, get people to sign up through the website, to build a list, and then to market to that list. The Evergreen Wealth Formula is in my opinion, it's a very good system, but it is not an SEO system. So what I would perhaps do is I would keep this website and start afresh with a new website. That's what I would do. If you're still following the training, Pete, of James, I would stick with James's training. I don't know if you've had any success with it or not, but I would stick with it. Stick with the website, and just start a new site and use the Big Five to implement the Big Five on that website, if that makes sense. Yeah.
So and the thing is that there are so many different ways to tackle this, this business, and SEO is very, very powerful. But as Mark mentioned earlier, one of his students, she's now ranking, but she's not selling. And so you could have this wealth formula system that is great for making money, but does not work hand in hand with a kind of SEO optimized site because of the way the content's put on there. So it might be that if you're following that you're driving your traffic to it via different methods. Could be Facebook, could be paid advertising, for example. And that's all fine. That's fine, to have that site like that, because you're not looking to get organic traffic. But if you want to follow the system that Mark is teaching in the Big Five, then to pull all that together, then you want a site that is going to be SEO optimized, so you get that organic traffic that drops into your site on a daily basis. And that's how you get that recurring passive income, because people are falling on your site from all different searches, from all different places, and they're finally going through and they're buying. So it's, probably not a bad idea to have a separate site if you want to go forward with the SEO side of things.
Or I can see what Pete's written here, starting you all together, no success with James, use this site for squeeze pages, etc. Well, what you could do then, if you've had no success with James, you could just delete everything from the site. Yeah. And you have a domain that is now 4 years old.
Yeah.
So that gives you, that gives your domain a bit of authority, and I'm quite sure that it will have a decent citation flow, trust flow, page authority. So that domain, already is quite strong. So you could just, and if you delete all the files, it won't affect the domain's, the domain's page authority, domain authority, etc., etc. and none of the backlinks will go either. So you could just delete all of the content if you're not having any success. Use the domain and implement the big 5 on that domain. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. I think that's definitely the way to go.
Yeah, Pete, I would do that. Definitely. Pete's domain is PeteSheldonHQ.com. I like that. It's a good domain. It's a .com. So yeah, I would use that.
Yeah. Nice strong name. .com. No reason why it's not going to rank. And as Mark says, you've got an aged domain there. You just need to clear out the old stuff and start moving forward.
And probably with a lot of backlinks as well, or things that you've collected over time from people sharing, or it could be a number of reasons why your website. I'm just actually putting your website in so I can have a quick look, Pete.
Yeah, Wendy's just mentioned in the chat that she just joined. Can you tell me what time you started and whether a replay will be available? We started just under half an hour ago, Wendy, and hope you're doing well, by the way, Wendy. I take it Wendy Y is Wendy Yohe. And yes, there will be a replay, subject to nothing going wrong technically, and my laptop, putting up with the amount of space that's being taken up by this, then it is being recorded. So once we finish, it will be rendered and uploaded, and then it'll be made available inside the members area where the other call is.
Okay, Pete, just so you know here. Okay. Oh, sorry, looking at the wrong one. All right, so it says here your domain age is 2 years old, so it's probably rounding down. You have index count of 32. You have no citation flow, no trust flow, no real page authority. So it would make sense to me just to go into File Manager and delete WordPress and delete all the files from your website, and then just start again using the method. And this time you're going to be aiming for organic traffic. So you're going to be building your website from the ground up, as I teach, to be ready for SEO, to please Google, to do everything that Google asks us to do as SEO people, SEO masters, whatever you want to call us.
Ninjas,
yeah, SEO ninjas. But that's what I would do, Pete. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, thanks, Mark. Pearl says, "Hi there. I just love this training." Thank you, Pearl. Thank you so very much. I have called my domain Pearl Makig. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that's your surname, Makeig, pearlmakigmarketing.com. But having heard your last session, I'm wondering whether I should change this. Will my emails go into promotions in Gmail? If you have that domain, then why don't you start sending some test emails and see? Use the site that I showed you the other day and see if they're going into promotions or not. If they are, you could use a pretty link, as I discussed before, a pretty link to change it if you had another domain, or you could use something like Google's shortener and you could try cloaking it that way. I don't know. I mean, just the word marketing possibly could, but testing it is the way you find out. What I also suggest is that you set up another Gmail account of your own and test it in there as well, because that's always going to be useful. You can use a second Gmail account to sign up to people's lists if you don't want a ton of spam in your main Gmail account. So that's always a good tip as well. The site that I was using that you need to test, it was GMass. Let me just double check that. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to put the link into the box, but it's GMass. In fact, let me just share my screen, guys, and I'll just show you this again. Okay, so here it is.
I need to get this from you as well, Trevor. Actually, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's really good. Actually, I was testing the other night, and Stefan came through. Excuse me. And I said, "Oh, you just sent out an email with this subject line." He said, "Yeah, actually, no." I said, "Well, it just came in here," but he wasn't using it. Strange enough. Gmass.co/inbox. And what you do is you just go through, and if you're with, you can only do this if you've got an email, an autoresponder that enables you to send to individual email addresses. Now, GetResponse only allows you to send to the ones that are on your account. So for your GetResponse account, you can't do this. So I test it on my Aweber, and when I get to inbox on my Aweber, I then use that over on my GetResponse account. So that's a little hack on that one. There you can see, look, there's Stefan.
Mm-hmm.
So this is showing inbox updates, spam, promotions. These are the tabs in Gmail. And by default, you only have inbox, social, and promotions. Updates is an optional extra tab that some people can put on that most people don't. So if you do get inbox updates as your result, then you've done all right. You know, you're okay. You're good to go. If you manage to get primary inbox, then you've done very, very well. But it takes a lot to get primary inbox if you're sending anything that is in any way a salesy kind of email. But sometimes I do it.
I think it's more because my domain is the Wolf of Online Marketing, and when I email, you know, I'm emailing a review, so
yeah,
it doesn't seem to affect me that much. I mean, I'm sure that my results could be better, but due to some PayPal issues, I opened a new Warrior Plus account to promote this offer, and my list is built from it's less than 4,000. It's about 3,500 people I have built through this method, and I'm happy to show you here if you want.
Yeah, sometimes things that I'll test as well. Like for example, in Floss, if it's floss.net/the Big Five review, I'll create a pretty link, and I'll put /the Big Five, for example, and that will forward to the Big Five review. So sometimes I do that to play about with it.
So as you can see here, this is a new account. I have my usual account is Mark Gray, and I just created a new account, Mark JG, and I sent this was how many days after the launch had started, Trevor? Did I mail?
8
days after.
Yeah.
So this is what I made from mailing, and it was not even to a review. It was actually to a video review, so it wasn't a full written review. And you can see the sales that I got on a brand new account, and that was, maybe it was because I didn't send it to the Wolf of Online Marketing, but these are the kind of results that I get. And for an 8-day-old, a product that's been live for 8 days, I was quite happy with this actually.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So yeah, I mean, there's so many factors. I mean, people are bringing out courses. They're always talking about ways to get better open rates. Some people are getting, they have a list of 10,000 and they're getting open rates of 8, 9, 7% even. And that's just how it goes sometimes. So it fluctuates. And I remember we were speaking about this in one of the Facebook groups that me and Trevor are in. And guys are constantly working on the best ways to get the more open rates, to get it into people's inboxes. And I don't think that there's an exact science. I think it's just how long you have had your autoresponder for, how you write your emails. Like Trevor said, write it like you're writing to a friend, and that's what I do. I don't do the full hard sell, because for me that loses subscribers, and it's not good to. It's not a good system to get your email into your customer's inbox. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. It really is, Mark, because as you say, there are so many things that you need to think about. And some of the things that I work on are, you've got the subject line, and then you've got in Gmail, you've got the preview line. I use Gmail, so I don't know what you get if you use Outlook or whatever, but you've got the preview line. So, excuse me. you're going to get the first line of that email. So you've got the subject line, and then you can see the first line. And that is going to give away the game. 1 second. Sorry, guys, I'm struggling here. That's going to give away the game to anyone that looks at it. When it comes to them, they see their emails, they look through and they see subject says, blah, blah, blah. First line says, blah, blah, blah. They know what's going on straight away. So you have to think very carefully about the first line you put in as well. And that's where I play a lot. I play a lot with that first line. I'll have the opening line for the subject line, and I play a lot with the first line to lead them into thinking. It's not deception, but it's curiosity. And just really to get them to open. I just want them to open. If I can get them to open, I've got more chance of getting more emails opened after that. And then if I can get them to open, I've got more chance of getting the clicks. So I get the clicks, I've got more chance of getting the sales, etc., etc. So yeah, there's a ton of things you can do, and it changes all the time, and can be down to the autoresponder you use as well as your email address. Where if you change up, for example, sometimes we used to play about with changing the @floss.net. So it'd be Trevor at Floss, Office at Floss, and stuff like that. And that made a difference. Now I only stick to trevorcarr@floss.net because I've asked people to whitelist me. So I'm only going to be mailing from that because I've got people that have whitelisted me. So I know I'm getting into their inbox. But yeah, there's a ton of things that you can do. And of course, because you're making money out of it, you're going to continue to test all the time, as we do. So Pearl, thanks very much for that. And she says also, perhaps I should change the name to just pearlmaking.com. You know, like I say, test it out first before you do that. If you've already got your site, then, you know, look at Mark, you know, he's the emails coming from the wolfofonlinemarketing.com. So he's clearly inboxing very successfully there. So, okay. So Dino says, not sure if this is the right time for this, but can you address the PayPal issue and them shutting down accounts in the MMO niche? Not at the moment. No, I'll leave you there, Dino. If we've got time, we'll come back to that, but we could spend all night on that.
Yeah.
And it's not really related to this call. Sonia Moore says, are you limited by the 5,000 connectings by using one profile, and does that matter? Good question.
You mean on Facebook? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it is a limit. I guess, yes, it is limiting. But what I teach in the training and the Facebook video part, it's quite a long video, I think. I think it's 38 minutes, something like that. But what I do is I teach you to try to get people into your group. And one of the ways that you can do that is by, you know, as soon as you make a new connection, make a new friend, don't hit them straight away with, you know, come and join my group. You know, wait a little bit, maybe comment on some of their posts, like a few things, and, you know, just be interactive. And then you can send a message to them saying, would you like to come and join my Facebook group? I give a better example in the training that you can basically copy. And you're kind of pushing people then into your Facebook group, where they have, you know, and because we're using the lead magnets, because we have products in the file section, then it's giving people a reason to go in there. When they go in there, you can kind of unfriend them because you already have them inside your Facebook group, if that kind of makes sense. But
unless you want to use the Facebook method where you post like in general on your timeline to all of your friends, which, you know, is what I do, as well as in my group. Sometimes I post to all of my friends.
That's smart, actually.
The other thing to say as well is that, you know, because of the algorithms and the way the whole thing works, when you post on Facebook, there's no way, if you had 5,000, there's no way that all 5,000 are going to see your message anyway. It's only going to be a small few that will see it. And then the more that see it, the more it will be shown to, and then it will snowball from there. But you're never going to get to the 5,000. So, and it also depends on who you interact with. If you go and interact with people, Facebook sees that, and they will throw your post in front of them. So if you've recently done a private message to someone, for example, and then you go and do a post, that person you've been messaging is likely to see your post before someone who hasn't heard from you in a long time. One of the tricks you can do is you can each day go to the birthday section and just wish everybody a happy birthday who's got a birthday on that day who's in your friends list. And you'll be surprised how much that can build up to add a little bit of traction when it comes to your posts, because you've interacted. It's, doesn't take any working out. It's whoever's birthday it is, happy birthday, happy birthday. That was my smiley, by the way. And then that way you're interacting with these people. Facebook sees that and rewards you by showing your post to them. And then they comment on that, and then it shows more and more and more, snowball sort of thing. So that's...
I mean, I have less than 2,000 friends, and I've been doing this for years, So unless you are really hunting and accepting everybody, then it's going to take you a while to get to 5,000 friends. I would also recommend not accepting people, checking their profile out quickly before accepting them as a friend. And if they have no timeline picture or they have no picture of themselves, I just don't accept them. If it's somebody I know and they don't have a timeline picture, then, okay, I'll make an exception. But I'm quite, I'm quite choosy about who I want to have as my friend, on Facebook. But yeah, Trevor covered it better than me. I'm not an amazing Facebook marketer. Trevor's better at Facebook marketing than me, probably, just because I don't really like Facebook, but I've had to use it because it is just a damn powerful tool to have.
It is, yeah.
Marketing, So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mark. Shrin Sharma says, hello, Mark and Trevor. I'm still unclear on how you monetize in this system. Is it by sharing your review post on your FB fan page, which presumably has buy links on the WP review post? Well, that's one of the ways, but I'll hand over to Mark now, but there's a lot more to it than that. Mark?
Have you watched the training, Shrin? Do we get a...
If you could let us know in the chat box, please, Shrin.
Quite a general question.
Have you watched the training? Pearl says, thank you both so much for answering my questions so thoroughly. No problem. Dino, no problem. Thank you. Yeah, Dino, I'm leaving yours up there. It's still open, so we will come back to it at the end if we've got time.
Basically, Shrin, this is about creating an affiliate business. So you're going to be promoting affiliate offers, whether it's make money online offers, whether it's doggy offers, whether it's products through Amazon, Amazon Associates, which is their affiliate program. The idea is that you can pretty much promote anything in any niche on your website and your YouTube channel. So that's it. You're going to be an affiliate. You're going to be building a list. And you're going to be having a Facebook group that is in that niche. So say you're in the dog niche, you'll find things to promote. And if you go to Google right now and put in what are the best dog affiliate programs, you'll have pages of different types of networks. I've done it. I've just done it myself a few days ago because that's going to be my next website, downtowndoggies.com. And I was just looking to see, and there's a ton of places that you can, find affiliate programs. So, that is how you monetize your website. It's not through AdSense. I don't recommend AdSense. That's a whole nother course. This is about organic traffic and promoting things as an affiliate. So, yeah. I think you should watch the training if you have.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, thanks, Mark. Mark Bradley says, hi, Mark. Was wondering whether to pick up Traffic Zion for $47 or hold off to the relaunch in February for $27. I'm a canny Scotsman.
Marky, nice to have you on, mate. Traffic Zion, I have it running right now. It's running all the time on my computer, day and night. I have the 2.0 version because I'm good friends with Demetrius and he wanted me to test it out, and because he knows that I use it. Actually, on the sales page, I did a testimonial video because it actually really helps with your with building your page authority, domain authority, all of the ranking factors that your domain needs. And I made a testimonial video, not a review video, a testimonial video for the sales page, because Demetrius and Alex, they didn't know about the SEO benefits of it until I told them. So, wait till February then and get it for $27. Come to my website though. My website should be ranking for Traffic Zion review #1, page 1. And I'll have a new link in there and some awesome bonuses, of course.
Yes. Go to Mark's. Don't go to mine, because my bonuses won't be anywhere near as good as his.
Oh, yes. I forgot you're actually an affiliate marketer.
Yeah, go to Mark's. Right, so let me see, that's Mark done. And Larry says, if I run HTTPS larrygodby.com, it's 97 and 82. If I run just larrygodby.com, I get 89 and 81. It shows F32 on avoid landing page redirects. It seems like the best way to go is always send out the HTTPS link and avoid the larrygodby.com link.
Well, yes, because your site is loaded. Your site is now set with an SSL certificate, so it is HTTPS. So yeah, it's like running your basic root domain, which is irrelevant now, because that's not where people are going to be landing. They're going to be landing on your HTTPS. So yeah, and those are great scores, Larry, for
very good.
7 and 82. I think that actually beats me on the first one anyway. So yeah.
Bob just says, I was wondering how to get the Traffic Zion. Thanks, I'll go to your website. Bob, just to say that the one that's available at the moment is the 1.0, and the 2.0 is coming out in February. So is it worth people waiting for the 2.0, Mark? Is there an improvement on there that's...
It's basically the same, if I'm honest. The only thing is that...
But it's cheap. It's going to be cheaper during the launch, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be cheaper during the launch. Even if you don't buy through me, and you buy through Trev or whoever...
Yeah, just keep it in the family. Buy it through one of us.
Yeah, but you should go to my website and you will see that I have 2 videos. One is when I first got it and I didn't really understand it, and then I made if you've watched the training, one of the case studies is where I promote in my group Traffic Zion. And if you go to my website, or if you're in my personal group, my mastermind group, you're best to go to my website, because then you can just see the video. And the video there explains all of the SEO benefits rather than just the traffic benefits. So it is a very powerful SEO tool. And I think they're not... Demetrius and Alex, they're not SEO guys. They're software guys, and they found Demetrius thought of a clever way to get traffic. Demetrius built the software and they launched it, and for me it's my favorite software now of all time. I love it.
Blimey, that's good. That's definitely a good testimonial. Thanks, Mark. Terry Weatherall says, do you think that SEO is a dying art and people are becoming lazy in light of Facebook ads, etc.?
No.
No.
SEO, okay. SEO versus Facebook ads. Facebook ads are good, but I don't know about your financial situation, Terry, but to get really good at Facebook ads, okay, you'd probably buy a training first of all to get your way around and know what to click, how to get here, how to set this up. But you still have to, lose money before you're going to start seeing money.
Absolutely.
Getting a return on investment.
And you can spend a small fortune on advertising, on Facebook ads, on Google ads, on YouTube. And, there are so many factors to get right that you do need a nice, healthy bank account to start testing. and you need to be spending money that you can afford to lose rather than spending money that you're hoping you're going to double your investment on and bring back some profit. So yeah, SEO is not a dying art. My God, no.
But one thing maybe that is true about SEO is that it has become harder. And people, more and more people have just given up on it.
Yeah.
I'll give a very quick example. One of my first biggest successes, and this is going back now 8-9 years maybe. I bought a course by George something called Google Sniper. And I had almost 100 of these sniper sites. They're basically one-page sites that promote some type of very sub-niche. So I think I had them from everything from how to get out of a speeding ticket to how to lose weight quickly using long-tailed keywords. And I had a ton of these. It was bringing me in really good money from ClickBank. And Google changed their algorithm, and I lost all of my sites lost all of my rankings over the space of, 24 hours, 48 hours, and they were gone. And I was sitting there with all of these sites, checking them, weekly, and they were always ranked. The money was coming in, and I honestly thought to myself, "This is it. I've done it. I can just keep building these and retire." And then Google changed everything, and that's when people became, lazy about SEO, because now SEO is not just a one-trick thing. You have to actually put content, put effort, think about what you're doing for SEO to work. And I do try to express that in the training that, okay, yes, on your hosting you have one-click install WordPress. Okay, great. But you're not going to rank that site unless you go and do all of the back-end stuff that I teach. And that's just a fact. Google wants you to do it, so we do it.
Yeah. And, if you just got to look through Mark's training to see how it's changed because of the amount of kind of technical things that he'll teach you in there that you need to do. Whereas back in the day, it really was almost, you could get away with murder. You really could. You could throw up a site, you could have a keyword matching domain, and you could put the keywords all over the page as many times as you wanted and have just rubbish content on there, and you would rank. And there were quite a few tricks in the book that we used to use back in those days, and they were the very tricks that got us banned. So it was quite a learning curve, wasn't it? Yeah. Everything that you used to do to get you to rank, you suddenly had to not do in order to rank, because everything just completely turned arse upwards. So but no, it's definitely not a dying art. There is a ton of money to be made out of SEO, and given that the question that Dino was talking about earlier on with regards to the Make Money Online niche and PayPal, because everything changes, it's great to have some different strings to your bow, and you can use SEO to rank in any niche you want, any niche at all that you want. Could be anything from yoga to Pilates to insurance to dogs to cats to anything you can think of. And that way you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, and you've got income coming in from various places. So hope that helps, Terry.
Terry, one thing though, just remember, SEO is not instant traffic. You have to be a little bit patient. Building backlinks and the way that I teach, it does work. But if you're thinking that you can put up a website with one review on it and get that review straight to the top of Google, it's probably not going to happen. You're probably going to have to do a couple of reviews or a couple of posts to get some content on there so that Google knows what your site is about. So that's one thing that a lot of people who try to get into SEO don't realize. It's not a snap your fingers kind of system like Facebook ads. You pay for the ad, it goes live, you get people coming and looking at it, clicking, whatever. It's not like that. It's like a longer term game, but in my opinion, it's a lot better because you are building assets that will only go higher in the search engines and only become stronger in terms of your website and your domain. So that's, yeah, just wanted to say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mark. Okay, Jody McManus, when you say delete content, are you saying delete all pages and widgets?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're going to start again, yeah, you just delete everything. You go into File Manager, you find the domain, and you delete all the files, everything gone. Just delete them all, and then you'll be left with a blank domain, and you'll need to reinstall WordPress. You'll also need to delete it out of Google Search Console if you have verified it. So, you know, you just delete everything and you have a blank domain again. Simple as that.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Jody. Pablo Visconti says, hey guys, I was wondering if I can take the training of the Big Five and implement on a blog builder that is not WordPress. I'm missing out on some of the plugins you recommended. I think I'd be missing out. So can it be done on another blog builder that's not WordPress?
Why would you? I don't know why you would want to do that. I know there's like, is it Wix? And the reason that WordPress is so popular is because it's easy to use, it's easy to customize, and Google likes WordPress. So yeah, that's really the best I can. Best way I can answer that, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. Okay, thanks, Pablo. Larry says in the chat, SEO ranking went from the Wild Wild West to an upscale London business. Yes, it did. It was the Wild Wild West, and it was good to be in it at the time. But there you go. Nothing lasts forever. And Daniel says, Trevor, I'm getting problems with my internet connection. I will try with my Mac computer. If I don't get to connect, that's why the reason. Okay, thanks, Daniel, for letting us know. Gloria says, sorry I'm late. Will you have a recorder available? Yeah, there will be a replay, Gloria. We will post that in the members area. Dick Van de Hever says, which autoresponder would you suggest and why? Okay, well, from my personal point of view, I use GetResponse, Aweber, and I have used Market Hero. That's why I got the t-shirt. And Market Hero was really good for deliverability and open rates, but really clunky to use. But having said that, I'm thinking about reusing it again. Aweber I've been with for, I don't know, like 15 plus years. And GetResponse I've been with for about a year because the Aweber open rates and click-throughs were suffering. So I decided to try out somebody else. And they've got their pros and cons in all of them. I think they're out of those three that I've just mentioned, either one of those would be good. It just depends on what you like and what you get used to, because a lot of what you do will influence the open rates and the click-throughs anyway. So it really does come down to the individual email marketer. But the leading two are GetResponse and Aweber. They're the market kind of leaders, and they're very different between them. I like GetResponse because you can split test, and I do a hell of a lot of that. And split testing your subject lines. With GetResponse, you can put in 3 or more subject lines. You can say, right, send this out to 10%, 10%, 10%, and then the remaining 70% of my list, send the winner. And that's really powerful. So you can't be, I think you can do that in Aweber now. I think they've just introduced split testing, but it was only available in GetResponse, and I've not gone into Aweber and worked it out yet. But yeah, that would be my suggestions. Mark, anything you would like to say on that?
I'm with GetResponse, and what you just said there is very interesting. I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, okay. Barb says, what do you think of SendLane? Don't have any experience with SendLane.
Sorry, can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
There's a big discussion in my private mastermind group, and I know that there's been a lot of these you pay once autoresponders. I don't recommend them. That's just my opinion. I think that if you're going to go with an autoresponder, go with either GetResponse or Aweber. I can't comment on the one that Trevor has on his t-shirt, but yeah, Market Hero.
It's good, but it was a bit. It was a bit of a pain when you were trying to format the emails. You type it all up, and then all of a sudden you do one thing, and it all go into headline font, and then you try and get it into like all the same paragraph font again, and one bit at the end. It was just a bit clunky. They may have improved it, but
is that a monthly fee? Sorry, Trev.
Yes, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so that's
it's a proper it's a proper autoresponder system with you can create funnels and everything. It's Alex Becker's. It's very, very good. So
yeah, I just wanted to say, watch out for these autoresponders that are being released that are a one-time payment.
Yes, I can't see how they can possibly work personally.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So Stephen Banks, how you doing, Stephen? Good to see you. Says, how much time does it take you from A to Z to do a full standard review on an average day, video, linking, etc.? I'm sure you have it down pat, and it's super fast, but just looking for a benchmark to shoot for.
3 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I think that again comes down to the individual. For me, I could spend a day plus on one review, but I'm looking to bring in hundreds of sales for that one review, which is why you won't see me jumping frantically from one to the next, and you won't see me mailing out a direct mail to the sales page, because I'll go through the product. I'll review the product. I'll look for the benefits in the product. I'll look for the faults in the product. I'll look at the OTOs, and then I'll look at what I can bring to it with respect to bonuses. Sometimes I'll create my own bonuses. I'll actually sometimes create an entire course as a bonus specifically for a product. So, when I do a review, I most often don't get time to do what Mark would do, which is a full written, unique content of, God knows how many words and everything else. And he structures the whole page for ranking. I generally don't get time for that. I do need to do that because it'd be good to get some SEO traffic in as well. But for me, it's already taking so long. So difficult to say. But for a decent review, if you're not spending like Mark said, 3 hours, then you're probably not putting together a really good review.
3 hours. 3 hours is the minimum if I have the bonuses already prepared.
Yeah, it's the bonuses that can take the time as well. Even just working out what bonuses you're going to give, and then structuring your bonus delivery. That's another thing. All those things take time. So yeah, I would say, if you really want to do it properly and you really want a good result, then set aside a day for a promo. And say, right, today I'm going to do this promo, start to finish, build your page, write your content, build your bonuses, record your video, do the whole thing, and then you've got a good chance of making some decent money. Okay, thanks, Stephen. Jody McManus says, have you watched the training? Loved that. Good job. Good job on this webinar, guys. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Jody. Appreciate that. Have you watched the training, Jody? Gloria says, I have the done for you upgrade. This is a very newbie question. I see the video and bonuses. I don't really know how to use them. Write a review, a little confused. Okay. I have the done for you upgrade, very newbie question. So the done for you, there was, what did we put in there? Right, okay, yeah, I'm with you, right. So in the done for you upgrade, we had Mark's review videos and bonuses, right? And Gloria, any question is a good question. So don't worry if you think it's newbie or anything like that. Anything is good. So this is it. You've got Mark's video on YouTube, okay? And you've got Mark's bonuses, and you've got the link to Mark's bonuses. So for a start, you could go and access all of Mark's bonuses, and you could open them up and you could use the content in there, learn yourself what the content that's in those bonuses. So that's like a bonus in the bonuses, because you get access to it. But where we're really coming from on this, and this is where the real power is on this done for you upgrade, is that you can promote those products that Mark has made the videos for just by putting together a very simple page, okay? And you embed Mark's video, and you put your call to action there, and you put your own affiliate link. You take Mark's bonus link and you put that into Warrior Plus or JVZoo, whichever it is, into where the bonus link goes. And then you send traffic to it, And the review that Mark's done, he will then present as if it's, it's him doing it, but he's doing it, but it's your affiliate link on your site. So these are high converting offers that Mark's created reviews for, that all you need to do is drop onto a page with your affiliate link, get people to that page, they watch the video, they click the link, and you make the money. So hopefully that makes a bit of sense. I mean, in a basic kind of structure, just think of a WordPress site, page, click new page, put the headline. So you put the headline, such and such product review, drop your video in, write about the product, maybe you could go to Mark's review page. You can take a look at what he said about it. Do not copy and paste. You don't want duplicate content. Mark doesn't want duplicate content of his stuff. You certainly don't want it on your site because you're coming in second. Rewrite it in your own words, and it doesn't have to be as much, but just, get some content on there, send the traffic, and you'll get the money. Simple as that. You will need to apply it to the vendor for approval on the product, by the way. If you're a complete newbie, that might be something that you've not done before. And if you need any advice on that, please ask questions in the group and we'll be happy to support you. If you don't get approved, let us know in the group and we can speak to the product vendors and we can tell them this person needs to be approved. They're going to be sending traffic via a review page. Your EPCs won't be affected. Everything will all be good, so we can get you there. Okay, thanks, Gloria. Okay, Dirk van der Heever also says, I've completed Big 5 with OTO 1 and OTO 2, which was bloody brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Dirk. Which would you suggest is the best follow-up course to learn even more?
Interesting.
Wow. Yeah, good question. I mean, it depends what, where you want to go with this. If you've completed it, then...
Have you set everything up?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you're ready to go, then wow, you've done very well. But if you haven't, then I would suggest that you get everything ready to go before you start looking for something else.
Yeah, so watching the training is one thing. Watching the training and then implementing it is kind of a whole other aspect. 99% set up. Good on you. Just keep going. If you have your website up, keep putting content up. I don't know what niche you went into, but yeah, just keep adding content. Keep building your Facebook profile, make money online. Okay. Keep trying to get approved for offers. Yeah, that's really the way to go. Social media, Facebook. Keep adding people, building connections, deciding what it is that you want to promote. Yeah, and building your Facebook profile, building your group, and inviting people into your group. That's the thing about this training is it's not just like a one-click. There you go. This is how you make money, which we know never actually really works. This is about setting up a whole business. So. Just keep working at it. It's like I said, SEO is not an instant thing. So start on Facebook. Start creating YouTube videos. I mean, yeah, that's what I would say. I wouldn't say jump onto another course now. I would say continue with this.
Yeah.
Create videos, write content. Find bonuses if you're in the make money online niche. From PLR sites, Trevor showed you one. I show you one in the training. Take a look at my site even and see the way that I write my reviews. How I.
By all means, take a look at mine too, Dirk. If you're set up and ready to go, then take a look at what me and Mark do and just model what we're doing. You don't really need to be taught that. To a certain extent, if you've got everything set up and you just, this is the business is this. You go to Muncheye, you look at what's coming up, you choose what you'd like to promote. You need to get review access. You approach the vendors for review access. You review it. You create your review video. You create your review page. You put your content on there. You optimize it as taught by Mark. You create your bonuses. and then you've got the options of you're either going to go for ranking, as Mark would teach, or a combination of the big 5, using your Facebook group, building your list, mailing to your list, the whole thing. There's plenty of work to do in all of that anyway, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so don't have everything set up so it looks all pretty and nice. Start adding content, start creating videos. There's so many things to do. This is the same system that I've taught you, that I'm using, and I have a notebook just behind me there, packed full of what to do next. Review this product, have a look at this product, write this post, write about this. Everything from top 10 YouTube tips. What is YouTube marketing? New reviews for evergreen products. So there's always, in a way, you're kind of a blogger as well. So you can either outsource what you want written, or you can do it yourself.
Yeah, cool. Wendy's posted in the Q&A and in the chat saying that she keeps missing the beginning of these trainings because she doesn't know what time they start in EST. Does anyone know if these recordings are available somewhere? Yes, they're in the members area. The first one's in there. This is only the second one we've done. I'm pretty sure that I'm posting in the Facebook group to let you guys know when a call is and what time it is in EST as well. If I'm not, then okay, apologies for that. But it shows when you register on Zoom, I think in your local time. I'm not sure again, but it should show in your local time. But it will be posted in the group, so just keep your eyes out in the group, Wendy.
Wendy, I'm going to post a link here because I am actually terrible at the whole EST thing, and I've missed many a launch that I've prepared for, and I thought, I didn't mail on time, so I lost a lot of sales. I didn't rank on time, and a few fellow marketers asked me, like, are you not going to join this launch? And I said, I'm waiting for it. I'm ready to go. I'm starting to rank now. It's like it's been live for 4 hours. So he sent me this link.
Yeah, you need. Let me just copy that. You need to do that to all panelists and attendees, so they all see it. Mark, I've done it now. Dirk says it does show in your local time. So yeah, Wendy. So when you register, it will show you in your local time there as well. I can put. I usually do when I post. I put 12 noon EST, 5 p.m. UK, blah blah blah. But I'll make sure that I definitely do that. If I've not been doing that, I do apologise. Nick says you can actually type in Google search bar 8 p.m. EST. That's exactly what I do. I'm doing it all the time. I go to Google, I just put 10 a.m. EST, and it says 3 p.m. 11 a.m. EST, 4 p.m. 12 noon EST, 5 p.m. It just tells me my local time on Google. So that's the one I use. Yeah. Okay. Jill says the big5.info not coming up for me today, and it does not have HTTPS according to Firefox and Chrome here. Well, it is coming up for me and everybody else, Jill. But I do remember, Jill, you saying that your PC or your laptop doesn't load sites that come up without HTTPS. So I would imagine that's what the problem is. I think you said that on the last call. And we didn't bother with HTTPS because we're not ranking it. It was just literally to get the sales page, and we had traffic being sent there by the JV. So is it loading for you, Mark?
I just opened it on Chrome and it's opening.
Yeah, it opens for me on Chrome, yeah. Richard Cox says, what do you use web camera to create review videos for YouTube? Okay, Mark?
I use it's now 10 years old almost. Yeah, 10 years old, maybe even more. It's a Logitech 310 webcam. That's okay. I don't have the headphones. I speak. It has a good speaker, and it's, as I say, it's 10 years old.
Yeah, I use a Logitech 720p, which is about 20 quid, about $30, I think. And I've used this ever since I started. So coming up for 2 years now. I might upgrade it though. I'm getting to that point where I fancy a little bit of 1080. So
I was thinking of upgrading as well, just like, yeah, you know, have a bit of money, why not? But I went into the shop and I asked the guy, like, what's the best Logitech webcam you have? And he said, the Logitech 310. I was like, that's the one I have. So, yeah. So I didn't see the point changing.
No. Well, that's it. Yeah, you know, I mean, seriously, the thing if you want to make progress in this business, the thing to concentrate on is just getting stuff done and getting your reviews done, and not setting up all your equipment. I mean, I've done since I started 2 years ago, I've done like over $300,000 in vendor sales that I did through the mic on that camera, and I only just got this mic over here in the last month or so. You know, like seriously, $250,000 before I was even going to upgrade to a mic. And I don't even think it's that much different to what I had before. So, you know.
The camera on your laptop is actually fine, you know.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Okay, Wendy. Yeah, we've answered your question. Daniel, hi again. I was looking the members area and saw you're working on the next video materials. So I wanted to ask if you're going to explain manage the marketplace like Warrior Plus or JVZoo.
I think maybe he means he's going to explain how to manage, like how to manage unsure what that means.
Yeah, could you clarify, please, Daniel? Daniel also says our job is review digital products. So do you think learning copywriting, creating video sales, and other techniques of online sales could be useful? Thanks. Yeah, you know, definitely. The art of copywriting and creating videos and all of that stuff is only going to help you, because what you're doing in a review is you're creating a sales page. Mm-hmm. I create a sales page and a sales video in every review. When I do a product, you know, it's just an extension of what I do in a review, really. And sometimes I'm even tempted to just use a review video as the sales video in one of my product launches, because my review videos convert so well. But yeah, it is definitely, there's skills worth learning, but don't go too crazy on it. Copywriting actually comes from copying, writing. So the best tip that I can give you is to look for high converting offers, save their sales pages in a swipe file. So you just have a bookmark file on Chrome, whatever you use, and save those and come back to them when you need some inspiration. Then what you do is you use those as a creative template, you use those to model your sales copy on. And that is where copywriting came from. Everybody copies everybody. You know, all the top copywriters copied someone, unless there was some guy that suddenly sat down and come up with this magical formula straight off, which is not the case. You know, there's structures that are followed. There's, you know, there's the pain, and there's the problem. There's the rubbing the salt in the wound. There's finding the solution. There's like from zero to hero and the whole kind of thing that you can follow through. But if you just go to other people's successful sales pages, don't go for a product that didn't convert, go for a product that converted well, good conversion rates, and you can use that as an inspirational kind of template to follow from, and that works really well. Just put it in your own words, but definitely, yeah, using learning those skills is something that's worth doing.
I would like to add something to this as well, if you don't mind.
Yes, mate.
People are, you know, I was saying people are ranking, but they're not selling. If you read my reviews, you will see that I don't really write what's on the sales page. I write. I'll show you a little template that I have. I just opened it up here.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And you know, I can post this somewhere in the group, or you know, you can just have a look at it here. So I do an introduction, the product name and who it's by. I talk about the niche. Sorry, I've got this black bar here. I'm out of the way. Right, so I talk about the niche. So if it's YouTube marketing, I talk about YouTube, about how YouTube has grown, how people watch videos, etc., etc. So I actually talk about the niche before even I've told people what the product is, the name of the product. That's it. Start talking about the niche, a little bit of information about the product. So I'll say, this is a course based on YouTube and ranking videos on YouTube. Then I talk about my personal experience with the niche. This is a very rough sort of template, but it does work. And then, is the product good and why? A conclusion and OTO, upsells, downsells. It's always good to mention them. People are always curious. And this is more in the make money online niche, the upsells and stuff like that. So if you read any of my reviews, you'll see that I don't really talk about the product that much. I talk more about, about how I did. The last review I did, I think, was for Ivana. And I had no idea what the actual product was about. So I just started I started like that, saying, I have no idea what a check-in is. I had to go down and ask my wife. That works because people like to see that, that you're human and that you're not just rewriting the sales page. They've already read the sales page. They don't need to come to your website and reread the sales page. They want to come and be interested in the article. And it also keeps people on your website longer, which keeps your bounce rate down, which keeps your site up. So, and you can see here my link content. So I really don't talk about the product as much as many people. And I think that's why I get more sales, is I always try to make it kind of personal, if I can. And the other thing I do as well is I don't say that every product is the best product in the world, Here I've said a concept that I've never heard of before, but seems to be working very well for the creators. People don't want, as I said, people don't want to reread the sales page. You've already read the sales page. You know what's on the sales page. So rereading it again in a review is pointless. If you kind of get what I mean. You don't want to read a sales page and then go to a review that basically repeats the sales page. You want to find something to make it unique, to make it interesting. And that goes back to what Trevor was saying about the copywriting. Is you have to find your style of writing, and that's why for this website, the Wolf of Online Marketing, I'd love to be able to outsource the reviews. But the thing is, if I was to give somebody review access and say, write me 600 words on this product, they would write 600 words about the product. But I don't want that. I want people to come and to be interested. And I always put a joke in. I've written here, the first paragraph is going to make you think I'm maybe a bit backwards. So kind of you keep it interesting, you keep it amusing, and you find your own way of writing. And that's one of the tips that I can give when it comes to selling. Ranking is one thing, as we know, and selling is another. So, yeah.
Yeah, and also concentrate on the benefits of the product rather than the product itself. Notice that Mark it says he doesn't really even talk much about the product. It's one of the best ways to sell is to show the potential buyer the benefits. What will they benefit from if they get this product? Why should they get this product? How will it help them? How is this going to change their life, etc.? Not this product is great because if you press this button, it does that. And if you press that button, it does that, and that sort of thing. It's more about the benefits. Okay. Thanks very much, Mark.
Sorry, just one last little, take a second.
Yeah.
What I like to do is, sometimes you can't do it because the product is really good, but I like to find a small flaw in the product. So an example would be, it's a training about ad target drill. I I did a review. I didn't email. I didn't post on my Facebook group. I just ranked for this product ad target drill. I made over $1,500 plus got prize money, and that was just from SEO and a kind of clever way of selling the product. And I said, in the pros and cons, I said that it's a good training, but the Facebook part of the training could be a lot more detailed, because if you're a beginner, then you may find it hard to get past the basics to get to what they're teaching. And then so I decided to add in some bonuses. Scroll to the bottom to see. So that's another little trick that I use, and it works very, very well.
Yeah, definitely. If you can find something missing and you can fill it with a bonus, then that's very, very powerful. Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Mark. Okay, we're coming up to an hour and a half now, and we've still got to tell you about the big site at the end of this. So I'm going to try and get through these questions now quickly. Pearl says, I'm just learning. I feel a bit overwhelmed about starting up a Facebook group. I don't know very much. This is the first course I've properly been able to understand. Can you offer any advice? I would say that overwhelm is something that's easy. It's easy to feel overwhelmed in this business because there's so much information. First bit of advice is don't buy any other courses. Just stick with this one. Yeah, that's the big problem that most people make. They jump from one thing to another. So just stick with this one and go through it a few times. Make a list of things that you need to do. Tick those off as you've done them, and just relax as you gain in your experience and your knowledge. It all gets easier with time. Mark?
Yeah, I mean, if you feel, I'm sure I'm guilty of it, is that for me, creating a Facebook group is pretty easy. It's just you click create Facebook group and you fill in the information. But if you think that, I didn't explain it well enough, simply Google it. How do I create a Facebook group?
Yeah.
And you'll find a video on YouTube that takes you step by step on how to create a Facebook group. So that would be my advice. And I don't want to make it sound like I've missed out on anything in the course, because I really did put in as much information as I could. But I understand if you are, new and you are learning, then, maybe that is the best way. Just hit YouTube, hit Google.
Yeah. And just, take it steady, take it easy. It's not a race. It really is about the kind of long-term picture with this. So if you feel it's a bit overwhelming, maybe take a break for a day, then come back to it, write down where you're getting stuck. And if you are getting stuck, come into the Facebook group and ask us there for support, and we'll give you support there as well, Paul. Wendy says at 6:22, she says one thing, and at 6:24 another. So she's found it, but she says at 6:22, I'm totally lost. Please remind me of the product in the Facebook group. But the product is the Big Five, and the Facebook group is the Big Five group, I think, or FB group, or something like that. And then she says, okay, great, got it, plus the Facebook group, yay. All right, so that's funny. Right, okay, moving on. Pete, have you decided how many of these calls you'll be doing, guys? They're great. Just wondered if this will be an ongoing thing. It all comes down to time. At the end of the day, you guys have paid $12.95 for a product, so there's only so many of these that we can do. I do have coaching students, as does Mark, and we have many commitments. So not many is all I can say. Unless there's some kind of financial incentive. Otherwise, we can't afford to. We've got families to feed.
My private students, the coaching starts at $5,000 for a month. So might sound like a lot, but it does. As you can see from this, it helps a lot. Somebody having one-on-one interaction with me, a couple of times a week. So
Yeah, well said. Gabrielle says, if you have a smartphone, it tells you your clock. It tells you in the clock section the difference in time zones. Yes, good idea. Although it doesn't tell you the EST, does it? It just tells you where you are, I think. So that's the thing. I think Google's the best. 12 noon EST, tells you what it is. Daniel, thank you. And I correct, in the next videos of members area, are you going to explain how to use the marketplaces, Warrior Plus, JVZoo, etc., how to link the product to WordPress blog, how to ask the seller to let me promote the product. That's what I meant. Did we cover that in your training, Mark? I can probably cover that in mine, because I've still got some more training to add in there. Would that be in the product section? Yeah, how to link the product to the WordPress blog. I mean, that's just literally putting your affiliate link in your blog post. So that is literally, that's like you put your link in there.
Affiliate link, which is a random kind of number. Well, if it's JVZoo, it'll start JVZoo and then a series of numbers and letters. Warrior Plus is Warrior Plus and then a series of numbers and letters, and that's your affiliate link. Just make sure you don't put it on your post too many times. In the training I say no more than 2 times. Once at the top, once at the bottom, if you're using a plugin.
Okay, so just over in the chat box we have Mark says, great stuff, thanks guys, have a peaceful and prosperous new year, may your lum reek. Mark will translate. Let me see if I can translate. If I put that in a Scottish accent, lang may your lum reek. No, I can't. The only things I can say in Scottish is Scotland. That's how I say Scotland in Scottish. And the other thing I say is das bana murda. That's about the all I can do. So could you translate long may your something.
Honestly, Mark,
it's been away too long. It's been by the seaside too long.
Lum is reek is smell, and long may. So that's long may your. I forget what lum is. Forgot what lum is.
Excellent. Pearl says, Mark, this course is brilliant. I was talking about my confidence in knowing what to put in the group, what to say, etc. You described what to do really well with everything. This is why I can do this. Thank you both. Oh, that's very, very kind. Thank you.
Confidence is something that, I know it's hard. For a long time, it's only been about 12 months since I started using video, and it was for the simple reason that I wasn't confident enough to go on video and talk about a product. I just bit the bullet, and at first I didn't have, in my videos now you see me in the bottom right hand corner, so that you can actually, you feel like you're relating to me. But at first I didn't do that. I would just have the screen share without a picture of me anywhere because I was too shy. But you just have to remember that it's like stepping out of your comfort zone. You just have to do it.
You got to do it. You push yourself out your comfort zone, and then that becomes your comfort zone, and then you push yourself out again, and then that becomes your comfort zone, and that's how you grow. When I first started doing this, I was doing it in my caravan outside the front of the house. So the front door was shut. I'd go in the caravan was shut, blinds down. No one could see me. No one could hear me. It was that was how it was. You get more confidence as you kind of do more of this and you learn. Mark says, "Lol, Trev, it means long may your chimney smoke."
I thought that long.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Mark. I hope my chimney may smoke for a long time in Scotland. So Dirk says, we are patiently waiting for some more videos to be added by Trevor. Yes, you are patiently waiting. Do you know what? It's been a crazy period. We launched on the 20th, but prior to that launch, I was working, long days, Mark's done a huge amount of content, fantastic job. Of course, I had to stick it all into the members area and get the sales pages done to get all you guys to be able to see this stuff. So my concern was that after all the work Mark had done, we wouldn't sell enough copies. Fortunately, I can tell you now we've gone over 1,000, which is fantastic. We got deal of the day, etc., and it's still selling now, which is fantastic. But yes, there is more training to come from me. It will be there soon, as soon as I possibly can. Every day has been a bit crazy with Christmas and all that, and it's my birthday tomorrow. So as soon as I can, I will have it done. Totally understand. Just don't forget us about after the big New Year's party. And I won't forget about you guys. We won't forget about you. Excuse me.
I'll remind him if he forgets.
Yes. Right. So we need to move on because it's an hour and 37 minutes now. So let me just, I just want to talk to you about the big site and give you a little bit more information on that, because the last call that we did, I didn't have time to kind of prepare everything. And I've put together a few slides just to give you a little bit more of an idea of what the big site is. So I'm going to show you those now. And thanks, guys. I hope you found this to be useful today. You know, our aim always is to give you high quality content and to help you. So, right. So I want to talk to you about Jonas. Jonas is somebody who is a friend of myself and Mark. And Jonas, when Mark released his last course, Jonas took a lot of action in doing the site side of the Big Five. And he spent a week putting together everything that Mark had taught him. Mm-hmm. And then he started to cash in. And he's a perfect example of somebody taking action and getting incredible results. And so the reason to show you this is to give you a bit more of an idea as to why the offer that we made on the last webinar of Mark actually creating your site for you to Mark's specifications, why that is such a fantastic offer. And you know, you're not going to get the opportunity. I kind of get the feeling that Mark's probably going to say after he's finished doing the ones that we've got already, that we can't offer that anymore, Trev. It's far too much work. So if you're kind of on the fence on this one, then I would definitely jump on as soon as possible, because I really do think that it's going to be sucking up so much of Mark's time that he's going to be pulling the plug on it sooner than the 20 spots that we originally said. Now, this is a chat that I had with Jonas today, just checking with him, because I seem to remember it took him about a week, and he says 1 week to set up the site manual. I said, yeah. He says, yes. I said, okay, cool. He says, if you're new, probably longer. If you're non-techie, it might be too difficult and you'll end up giving up and never setting it up. And that is something that we do see a lot, that people give up, before they kind of make the whole journey to the end where all the juice is. They don't get to the end of the rainbow. They find it a bit just too much and they give up. So at this stage, you could be thinking, damn, I really can't do this. I really don't want to do it either. And we completely understand that. There's a lot to take in and there's a lot to do. But when you've done it, the results that you could get are quite something. And take a look at this. This is the promotion that Jonas has done for the Big Five. So as you know, this has only just been released, and this is his affiliate promotion. Jonas, as an affiliate, sent 133 sales, overall conversions of 27%, and his commissions were $1,793. That is a sizable amount of money. And it just shows you what you can do if you really apply yourself in this business. And I bet you wouldn't mind those sort of commissions from one single affiliate promotion. Well, actually, you got more than that, because Jonas and Jono were a team in the contest for the Big Five. We have teams of affiliate JVs, as you may know, and they will fight to get the prize money. So he won prize money for coming first in the speed and then first in the main contest, which meant that me and Mark ended up paying Jonas, not Jonas and Jono. Jono got his as well, but Jonas sent the most sales, so he got a little bit more. But he got a further $668 in prize money, bringing his total earnings up to a whopping $2,461 from one affiliate promotion. And this is exactly why we're in this business, because you can earn crazy amounts of money from the comfort of your own home, as I am here. While I've been doing this, you've probably had my wife vacuuming outside, my son, my daughter, everybody's been outside that door. Sometimes I think I'm going to go and say, what is going on outside that door? But it's the beauty of working from home, doing work that really isn't hard. You can't really call it work. You pick and choose what days you work. You pick and choose what hours you work. You can even pick and choose how much you earn, because, if you're really hungry for this, then you can give yourself a pay rise just by being cleverer, being more creative and working a little bit harder. You've got no job. You've got no boss. You've got no overheads. My overhead's already here. I've got to pay for this house. So there's no real overheads and you've got no worries. Now, I personally have only been in this business for a short while. In fact, it was less than 2 years ago that I went full time. And at that point, I was at my absolute lowest. I was completely skint. All my credit cards were maxed out and my business was failing. And I had constant gutsache through worry and lived every day of my life completely stressed. It was an awful time. You know, any of you that have followed me and know my story will know that this is absolute fact. This is how it was. And for me, I don't think I could have got any lower. It was actually 1 month away from the 2nd year anniversary of losing my dad. And, you know, that was a tough time for me as well. And all of that, you know, combined just brought me to an all-time low, to the one fateful day where I got to the point where I simply couldn't take it anymore. I took a huge leap of faith and I gave up my life as a businessman and an employer, where I'd just worked literally to make sure that all the people that I employed got their wages before me, because they had families. You know, I had a family. My family was suffering for over 10 years. But you find yourself in this situation where all you can think about is helping others. And I'm thinking, like, if this business goes, what about all these people and their families that they're supporting because I'm employing them? You know, and the responsibility is huge. But enough was enough. And I was out of there. And I went full-time as an internet marketer. And the result has been nothing short of incredible. And I am truly, truly blessed. This Christmas has been the first Christmas in 10 years where I've not been worried sick, you know, how I'm going to survive. It's just completely changed my life. So let me show you what I've generated in just one of my Warrior Plus accounts so far this year alone. $203,807. As you can see on the screen, this is my account, Trevor C. I've also got another Warrior Plus account, Trevor Carr. So, you know, and there you can see it says year to date, and also we've got the 1st of January 2018 and today the 30th of December 2018. So as I, you know, get ready for my birthday tomorrow, my birthday's on New Year's Eve, and that for me is a time of reflection. It's a time, obviously, it's right at the end of the year. For me, it's a perfect day to have a birthday, but I will sit there on my birthday and think, how did you do, Trev? You know, how did you do? And you reflect and you think about how the year's gone and did it go according to plan. Now, I know for a lot of you on your birthday, you're going to be thinking, no, it didn't go according to plan. And no, it's not what I want. And no, I do want more. And so that's why this is an opportunity for you to do what I did and to really, you know, take the leap of faith and go full time into this as a real business that can bring you in a lot of money. I mean, that's incredible. I look at that and I think, I can't believe it. Bearing in mind, you know, this is vendor revenue. So this isn't all money that's all mine. Let me just clarify that now, right? But this is money that I've sold. These are products that I've sold in the last year alone. And this does not include the Big Five, because the Big Five is in Mark's account, all right? This does not include other launches that I've done with other JV partners in their accounts. And it doesn't include other launches I've done with other JV partners in their JV Zoo accounts. You know what I mean? So theoretically, we could be looking at twice that amount, but this is just what's gone through that one account. And every single penny of that 203,000 has been driven through one of my Big Five, and that is my site, floss.net. Every single penny, guys. But as we've already discussed, setting up your own site properly so it can rank on the first page of Google is quite a task. But of course, with the training that you got inside the Big Five, you can do it. 100%, guys, you can do it. However, we do appreciate that your time can be tight. You know, I don't know what your situations are. I know a lot of you, not all of you. You've got families, you've got jobs, you've got commitments. You might be a carer, and it's not easy. And you may not be able to spend as much of your time building and structuring your site as you'd like to. So for that very reason, Mark and I have come up with a perfect solution. And rather than do it yourself, you can have Mark, the master himself, do it for you. Now, out of all the Big Five pieces of online property, the site is the hardest to make, and it really pulls everything together. Getting a simple WordPress site designed on Fiverr or any other freelancer site is usually about $1,000 plus, and that's just for a basic site. What we're offering here, guys, is not a basic site. This is a site that's been, I mean, we gave a perfect example earlier on when we put my site onto was it called, Mark? GT Metrics. And like Mark was like, oh my God. Now I've gone through training, but I knew there were things I'd missed. I knew there were things that I thought, oh no, that'd do kind of stuff, right? So he's looking at my site with like a wry grin thinking, oh, Trev, seriously, mate, you can do better than that. And I've gone through that. So to get Mark to do it for you is really an absolutely incredible opportunity. So we would encourage you to consider this very carefully. Now, the big site this is your only one and only chance to get this service. So we're going to show you why you really should take advantage. Now, having a site designed by Mark will include every little trick that Google loves, which is going to give you a huge head start and will propel you forward into 2019 and beyond. And this is even if it's not your birthday tomorrow, this is a fantastic time to start taking stock of where you are in your life and where you want to be. As you stand here now today, this is the sum of everything that you've done. You may have had good luck, you may have had bad luck. I find that life can deal you some pretty shocking blows. The important thing is that you get up, you dust yourself down, and you go back at it. You never, ever quit. Don't ever give up. If you give up, then you've got no chance of making it. All right. But if you keep going, I've had to literally pull myself up off the floor so many times, but I don't ever, ever give up. And it just shows you what you can do with determination. But we're going to give you a massive head start here, because this is like no other opportunity that's ever been offered before. And as I said, I really get the feeling, genuinely, guys, that Mark is going to say to me, no, wrong idea. He's never done this before, right? He's told you how much he charges, $5,000 a month to coach, and he charges an incredible amount per hour. And there's no way that you could afford to go out and buy this from someone like Mark. So that's why I do believe that it's going to be scarcer than we actually thought. The group of people that bought Mark's last training product, which was only about building the site, have now built up a solid business, and some are even releasing products themselves on what they've learned in that. So it just shows you the power of what he teaches. And as you've seen, Jonas has made thousands in the last week alone. And now you get the chance to fast track it. You get the chance to change your life. You can instantly upgrade your life without lifting a finger. It's like you now can turn left when you get on the plane and go into first class, rather than turn right and go into, the standard economy class. And I think you owe it to yourself. It's time to be selfish. We all spend so much time thinking about others, and sometimes you just do need to be selfish. And, by being selfish, guys, by treating yourself to something that is going to make a difference to your life and is going to enhance your life, then you are not actually being selfish, because look at what a difference that can make to all of the people around you and the loved ones that you've got, the people that you care for. If you can change your life, you can change everybody's life around you as well. So it's very, very powerful. So grab the bull by the horns right now, because you'll regret it if you let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity pass you by. Now, if you approach Mark outside of the Big Five group and asked him to create a big site for you to his specifications, ready to rank for your chosen niche, he would charge you $5,000. Am I right, Mark?
I probably wouldn't even do it.
That's fine. That's exactly what I mean. And I know what Mark's sitting there thinking now. He's thinking, oh, God, here we go. But they're all going to be jumping on this. I've got all this work to do, and I'm going to regret this. So I don't want to oversell this too much, because, I do think a hell of a lot of Mark. But he would charge you, as you've just heard, $5,000, or he wouldn't even do it. If we charge you more than that, to consider it. So you've got to see the power of this. So we decided that for our Big Five members, we'd allow just a few to have your very own big site created for you, to help you to rank and pull in the cash. And the price we come up with originally was just $1,997. So already way less than Mark would do it for, and a fantastic bargain without a doubt. But then we decided that it would be amazing to give a few more people the chance of a lifetime and really make 2019 the best year you've had so far. So we decided that we'd slash that price down to just $997, at which point you're now getting an incredible opportunity, a fantastic price to change your life. However, as we know, most of you already and feel like you're already part of our Big Five family, we want to make this a realistic proposition for a lot of you. Therefore, the first 20 people can get their own big site for just $697. And to sweeten the deal, we're also throwing in the fast action taker bonuses, again for the first 20 only. Now, we mentioned this in the last call as well, Facebook ads domination, Facebook ads guru mantra, Facebook fan page ad secrets, Facebook live power marketing, all of these valued at $197. In fact, they're actually valued at more than that. We undervalued them for this because we wanted to keep it realistic and not one of these things where you see it and you think, oh yeah, it's adding up to crazy money. And Facebook Marketing Business in a Box that we mentioned before comes with all the sales pages and graphics and everything else. And you can use that as your lead magnet in the product part of your Big Five. That alone is valued at $397 minimum. You know, in fact, as I said, they're all valued at more than that. Facebook Marketing Pro $197. That brings the total bonus value up to $1,382. And that's not all. We've just added another exclusive bonus. This is I've put Mark Gary's. Look, this is Mark Gary, Mark Gray's Golden Niche List, which chooses digital products from ClickBank in over 90 niches, also valued at $197. So if you're one of the first 20, you're going to get all of these bonuses, including Mark's Golden Niche List, and that is totally now at $1,579. You're also getting access to a secret Facebook group, exclusively available to big site owners only. And in here, you can ask questions about your site, network with other big site owners, and get some powerful accountability as we challenge you to push you forward and change your life. Again, valued at $97. That's now taking the bonuses value up to $1,776. So we've tried to, once again, as we always do, maintain that kind of position of over-delivering for you guys, so that if you had any, sort of second thoughts, I don't know if I'm investing my money wisely, I think you can see like this is the best investment you can make. Seriously, a fantastic way to close the year, because this is going to give you my favorite 4-letter word, which is hope. And hope for me changes everything. You can take someone that is on the floor with regards to their life and they are, in total despair. But if you give them hope, you can change everything, because hope enables you to look forward. Hope gives you that light at the end of the tunnel. Hope means that when you look to the coming year, you see brightness. You feel something inside that gives you a little bit of excitement because you've got hope. And this, guys, I'm telling you, can give you hope. This is a professionally built site to Mark's specifications with all the bells and whistles, all sorted, all the robots text, all the CDN or whatever it is he calls it, all the technical stuff that most of us would go, ooh, can't do that. Everything is taken care of the way Mark would do it for his own site. And, there's going to be just a few of you in this industry of thousands upon thousands of people who are going to get the opportunity to get one of these. So all of this is yours now for just $697. And if you want to go and grab that now, guys, you can go to the big5.info/big site. And the buy button is on there. The first 20 people will get all of the bonuses that I've discussed, and of course, plus the big site itself. So that is the presentation. I'm going to drop that link into the chat box as well for you, so it's easy for you to get there. So let me just drop that in. And if anyone's got any questions on that, please ask away now, and we'll be happy to answer. Okay, Barb says she's in. Thank you, Barb.
Good choice.
Yeah, definitely a good choice. Seriously, but as I said, I don't want to oversell this because I'm just a bit concerned about Mark. He's going to, he's a big guy as well. He's a big guy. He's going to say, Trevor, I'm coming over there and I'm going to sort you out, mate. You've sold far too many of these and I've got no time to do anything. And my wife's got the hump.
I'm not trying to sell this, but if you come to me in a week, I'm not going to be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's something that takes me a lot of time, and I'd normally not even do it, not even for a friend. You know, I'd maybe help a friend and give them some tips and advice.
Yeah.
Even log into their site, but you know, this is. I'm not a freelancer. I'm past that stage now in my marketing career. So yeah, if you ask me in a week, the answer will be no. Simple. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me. Did I paste it in there? No. Oh, I did paste it. Yeah. Okay. Right. Good. I'm just going through the chat here. We've got Dirk says happy birthday to me. Thank you, Dirk. Jill says happy birthday to her. Thank you. It's tomorrow, but yeah, I'll take it now. Pearl, fantastic. Thank you. And yes, have a wonderful 2019. It's New Year's Eve here in New Zealand now. Oh wow. Happy New Year's Eve. And Larry says, getting as old as he is getting. Yeah, thanks, Larry. You know, all right, I'm doing all right. Deirdre says, happy birthday. And then Barb says, I'm in. Pearl, I'd love to take you up on this offer, but I've been very ill for a long time. Sorry to hear that. They've only just found that this year what's wrong with me by accident. Oh, okay. Had life-saving surgery, but now recovery. That's great. Life is about to take off, but income has been and still is very low. Yep, totally understand that. And no problem. Larry, there was a couple of times I had to walk away from a couple of minutes. Did you cover the YouTube secret then? No, we haven't covered the YouTube secret yet.
I actually have that. I was thinking that if you were going to bring it up.
Okay. Yeah, well reminded.
I think if you stop sharing your screen, I can show you very quickly.
Yeah.
It's something simple, but it's incredibly powerful. So let me just quickly see where I am. Okay. Here. Right. Okay. One sec. Right. Okay. So we all know that with a domain, let's say the older it gets, the more power and authority it gets. It's the same with a YouTube channel. Okay. So if you look at my YouTube channel, you will see that I have a lot of, go to switch account, I have a lot of old channels, and I could very easily, I mean, these are 5, 6 years old. These were like, you know, when I was testing out to start a new business. Now I could easily just change the name on this and it would become an aged YouTube channel with my new name. You know, the name can be changed completely. So that's one way to do it if you have an old channel. If you don't, another way to do it, and it's a very cheap way as well, is you can buy a 2007 aged, 2008 age for less than $5.
Wow.
YouTube channel. And that is massive power. That's like, what's that? That's almost 12 years old.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, that's it. It's just a little trick, but it makes a massive amount of difference. If I had known about this when I started my YouTube channel for my website, then of course I'd have done this, but it was only something recently that I discovered. And yeah, it's like buying a domain that's 12 years old. You know, that's huge. That would cost you $10,000 at least to buy a domain like that. And you can buy a YouTube channel for, you know, $4.50, $4. And you get the Gmail account, you get the logins, you can change the passwords, etc. And then you have an aged YouTube channel. Or alternatively, you could just use an old channel that you have and you go in and you change the name, and then, you know, you customize the channel from there. But if you don't have, like me, lots of these, you know, old kind of channels that I was using I was testing different ideas and whatnot. Yeah, you can go on and buy yourself a YouTube aged account. PVA means phone verified accounts. So, you know, they're not going to be taken away from you. They're completely verified, you know, via phone. And you get the Gmail account with it. So you know, that's my little trick, and that is adding a massive amount of authority onto your YouTube channel. So, you know, if you're starting your YouTube channel from scratch with your new business, then you'd be crazy not to do this.
Mark, what about if you've got a channel already and you buy one of these age channels and then you do some like cross-linking of like videos and stuff? Would that help to push your own channel up?
I mean, technically, yes, you could buy some of these, but I mean, what could you really do? You could go and make comments on the YouTube channel that you have as your main business channel. So not really, you know, the power behind this is if you have a YouTube channel that has a few videos on it, for example, but you have no subscribers or only a couple of subscribers, only, you know, a few views, take those videos down off the old YouTube channel, buy one of these you know, aged channels, because that's what it is. It's a whole channel, and you have complete access to it. It's yours to do with what you want. And, you know, it's like, as I said, it's like buying a domain that's 10, 12 years old. So it's a massive, it's taken, you know, it takes a lot to build up the authority of your YouTube channel by adding videos, how old it is. It's similar to a domain, just not as many aspects to it. And the main things are videos, the amount of videos on it, and the age of it. So obviously, you know, you can't, I mean, yes, you can get videos in the Done For You package. We've given you videos, so you can upload those videos. You can buy some aged videos if you want that have views. But for me, I would just go with you can see here 2006 is out of stock, but you could get 2007 for $4.50.
Yeah, it's crazy cheap, isn't it?
Yep. So that was it. Just a little trick, you know. And these things, it does, you know, you might not think it would make a massive amount of difference, but it does make a massive amount of difference having a channel that is, you know, over a decade old. So that's it. That's the trick. Simple.
Yeah, fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it. Larry, can you point those channels to your main channel to get juice? That's what I was just saying. Dave says, I've just paid for a site to be developed by Mark. Yes, Dave Barker, I've just seen you come through. And also Barb Derema, she's just come through as well. So congratulations, guys. You will see on the sales page that the spots are automatically dropping down there. So let me just show you that. So you can see that this is all genuine. Only 17 copies left now. Just refresh that. So there you go. So definitely a wise choice. And as I said, I mean, it's easy for me to sell this opportunity because of what you get. And if you think about this business and the sort of things that are offered to you, when you start spending a few bob, you know, you quite often get training and you get coaching. I offer training and coaching, and I would say that the training and coaching is one of the best ways to take you forward. I had training and coaching, and that's how I stepped forward. Had I have had the opportunity to get a site back then as well at this price, I would have absolutely bitten Mark's hand off, because I've seen what he's doing and I know what, you know, the kind of man he is, the professional guy that he is. And that would be a massive leap forward. So if you can afford training and coaching, I know some of you are already in my coaching, and you know, if you can afford coaching with Mark, that's fantastic. If you can't, then at least get the site so that you can really start making, because you're laying your foundations as well. It's like building a property. You're laying your foundations now for the long-term game. This is a site that is not gaming the system at all. Everything that we learned back in the day when we got slapped, you know, Mark told you about his story. I had my businesses were ranking number 1, 2, and 3 for business. My business turned over £1 million a year in the UK, and I got spanked for the majority of my keywords instantly. I ended up having to spend on Google AdWords, and I ended up spending just under £500,000 on Google AdWords that's the difference between ranking and not ranking. You know, you're either getting it through SEO or you're paying to be there. And everything that we were doing back in those days to get the rankings was everything that we got spanked for. We were penalized for all the things that worked. And so everything's had to be reworked, relearned and redone. And now it has to be done the right way. Every single time. You cannot game the system. Mark will not be gaming the system with your site. He will be putting together a site that you can trust. It's like building a Rolls-Royce car. Absolutely solid, reliable, quality, the best you can get. But you're only paying like a Ford Escort price for it. I don't know if you have Ford Escorts out in America. We have them in the UK. You're paying a Ford price, right, for your Rolls-Royce or your Bentley. So congratulations to you guys that have jumped on board already. Fantastic, exciting times ahead. And anyone else that's sitting on the fence, I do recommend you get in as soon as you can, because otherwise you are going to be bitterly disappointed. But we're going to have to wrap it up there now, guys. It's over 2 hours, and I'm sure you've all had enough of us, but hope that you found it to be rewarding again today. I mean, it's fascinating listening to Mark. He knows his stuff inside out, and this really is a brilliant business, you know, ranking. And that's the beauty of it. Once you've got your site, then you can concentrate on what you're going to rank for, you know, and that is where it gets really exciting, because you're ready to go. You just put the content on there and off you go. You know, it's all good. 2019 is going to be really, really good for you guys that jump on. And I hope it's really good for all of you. I know some of you won't be able to afford this, or some of you might not think you're ready for that. And that's fantastic. You know, it's whatever. We just want to give you the opportunity. That's all, guys. Paul says, thanks, Trevor and Mark. Happy birthday tomorrow for Trevor. Thank you. It's lovely, guys. Pete says, great session, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks, Pete. Barb says, thanks for the opportunity, Mark and Trevor. Hopefully we won't stress you out too much. No problem. Larry says, thanks for all you two do. Really love the training and insight. Thank you, Larry. Zoo says, thanks, guys. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Okay. Yep, no, that's it. I think we've got everybody. Dino, we'll have to cover that question another time. It's still up there, but sorry, didn't get a chance. Jill, interested in discovering my local internet company. Seems to be a problem with Connect. Just brought up a site on my cell and let the mobile service take over. Yeah, it's just a security thing, I think. Pete. Jill says, my mum's mother was from Cumberland. Oh, cool. Jody says, Jonas is a rock star, very humble and very in-depth. Yeah, he's an absolute diamond rock star. DJ, will you also share your review template, Mark, in the members area?
Yeah, I can do that, no problem. Sure.
Dave just paid for a site to be developed by Mark. Yeah, welcome aboard, Dave. Fantastic. Don, missed most of it. Will be on replay. Great ideas. Yes, Don, will be a replay. I'll be rendering that as soon as we close this down. So doing that now. So let me see. Hot toddy for you. Yeah, I was thinking that, Larry. Hot toddy for my cold. Yeah, not even sure what hot toddy is, but I know it's got alcohol in it, so I think that's probably the best idea that you've come up with so far. Pearl, thank you, Trevor and Mark, for a fantastic course, all these wonderful opportunities and the great calls, best ever. Dirk says, thank you, guys, wishing you both a very happy I've scrolled it, new year, and may you go from strength to strength in 2019. Yeah, thank you. Hoping to meet you guys on leaderboards next year, and maybe some of joint launches. Yeah, absolutely. Just go for it, Dirk. Seriously, go for it. The big time, you know, you've seen what I've done in a short period of time. If you want it badly, you can get it. And there's not many businesses that you can do what we do, you know, other than this business. It's a fantastic opportunity. Lee Hill says, thank you both very much. Pearl says, I've attended lots. Jim says, thanks, Mark and T-Man. Awesome Webby as usual. Thanks for the value content. You guys rock. Thank you very much, Jim. Perfect. Right, guys, we're going to have to close it. Barb says, Happy New Year to all. Thank you, Barb. Got to say goodbye because I'm worried. You know, I get worried when it gets this long that I'm not going to be able to render it and upload it, and something's going to go, and then we'll lose it. So we're going to go now. We're going to go. Thank you, Mark, very much for all your time and all your expertise and all of that stuff. Gloria, thank you so much. Great course, great training. I can do this. We'll keep you posted. Yes, you can do this.
Yes, you can, and don't give up. That's the thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, it is, I don't know, was it in the last call that I showed that picture of the guy with the diamond thing? You know, you get so close, you don't know how close you are. And that is the thing. You don't know how close you are sometimes to get in the breakthrough that you needed to really get in some success. And then it snowballs, you know, and you see a little bit, you're working it, you scale it, you see what works, you're working a bit more, and you just keep pushing and pushing, and you'd be surprised what you can achieve in a very short period of time. You know, if you've got financial worries and problems like that, you can achieve success in this business like no other with no previous experience. Kathy says, thanks so much, guys. Happy birthday, Trevor. Thank you. Fun having a birthday during the holidays. Yeah, definitely. Mine was last week. Happy New Year, and to you. Dean says, thanks, guys. Pearl says, this is my breakthrough, the big 5. This is where I'm at now. Yes, fantastic.
Good on you.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. And I wish you all the best. And for those of you that have joined us already or who are joining, congratulations. Very, very wise choice. But do it before the big man himself says to me, nah, Trev, pull it. Can't do any more. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Take care.